evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games, and today I am bringing you guys a Lightsworn deck profile. This Twilight Sworn, Lightsworn Chaos deck profile is awesome, and I think its best ability is that abusing the fact that it's 60 cards and using cards like Fairy Tale Soul, Blackluster Soldier, Judgment Dragon to completely dominate your opponent. Let's get you guys the cards that we play. Alright, we're going to be starting off with 3 copies of the Hand of Lightsworn. This card is really good. Raiden is awesome. Being able to send 2 cards from the top of your deck during main phase is just as important as any other card in the deck. Also, it is a level 4 warrior tuner, so its properties are extremely good. After that, we run 3 copies of Wolf. This is another card we want to see in the graveyard as soon as possible, because once it's sent to the graveyard by any means from the deck, it can special summon itself. Now, Felice is a different card because it has to be sent to the graveyard by a monster effect, but if she's sent to the graveyard that way, she also special summons herself. Another great thing is that she is a level 4 tuner monster. In worst case scenario, she can tribute herself to destroy monsters on the field and still send cards from the deck to the graveyard. 2 copies of Lila. This card is really good for clearing back row. It's a built-in MST inside of our monsters. 2 copies of Lumina. This card is also another awesome card, pitching dead cards in our hand to special summon Lightsworn monsters to our side of the field. It works in perfect tandem with the Twilight Sworn Shaman. And that's 2 cards that we do run. The Twilight Sworn Shaman is freaking awesome. So the first time we were to mill cards for the card effect for Lightsworns, she mills an additional 3 cards. Furthermore, you can banish a Lightsworn monster in your graveyard to target one of your banished Lightsworn monsters and special summon it. So as long as you previously have a banished Lightsworn monster, this card is really good. 2 copies of Minerva Lightsworn Maiden. This card is highly underrated. I think what people don't realize is when it's sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, you get to mill an extra card. That's extremely important. But even better, when it's normal summon, it allows you to add Judgment Dragon. Who doesn't want that? I mean, as long as you have the right materials. Next is 3 copies of Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio. This card is really important because it is a dark monster, but it also allows you to pitch it to special summon Darlington Cobra, which will essentially grab you Brilliant Fusion from your deck and set up an X-Saber Invoker play. 2 copies of Gem Knight Garnet. It's kind of needed, seeing that you'll probably mill one off with your Lightsworn effects or banish one with Pot of Desires. But once you do get off your Brilliant Fusion summon, the other one's useless and you're good to go. 2 copies of Fairy Tale Snow. This is a card that I really wanted to play a third of, but I was so tight for room, and I really feel like 2 Snow is enough. Between you banishing it with Desires or milling it with Lightsworn cards, actually banishing it with Desires is no longer a problem, seeing that Cypher and Lord Omegas easily be summoned. This card is very easy to abuse and kind of easy to get to. 2 copies of Blackluster Soldier, which actually led me to playing 60 cards. I was actually playing a 44 card deck before we started playtesting with the deck, and I leaned towards 60, and Blackluster Soldier was an easy add. Seeing that I do run 6 targets inside of the Twilight Sworn and the Predaplant engine, I didn't have to go out of my way to incorporate Blackluster Soldier. 2 copies of Goblin and Bird. This card is really good, seeing that it's a level 4 Earth Warrior. The fact that it's an Earth monster helps so much for your Mrs. Radiant play. And it's a warrior, so in search of a reinforcement of the army, it brings out Lightsworn monsters that, help you gain more advantage. 2 copies of Before Mage Trick Clown, another card that can be special summoned when sent from the deck to the graveyard. The best thing about this card is that you take 1,000 damage, and it comes in perfect tandem with Heroic Champion 1000 Blades. So this Earth monster is easily summoned by X-Saber Invoker, and also when you take damage, you can special summon it. This is going to give you 2 free cards on top of your Gem Knight Seraph Knight if you're using the Brilliant Fusion play. 1 copy of Mathematician. I think people doubt the effects of Mathematician. So when he's normal summoned, you can send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can count the 3 Wolves, the 2 Felice, or the 2 Before Mage Trick Clowns that I have in my deck. It's just really good. The Felice makes an instant Black Rose Dragon, which clears the board. 1 copy of Giant Rex. This card is probably getting you guys' interest, like TheCaliEffect, why you play this. This card in tandem with Fairy Tale Snow allows you to have an instant rank 4 monster, and it can also be used for a Mrs. Radiant target. 1 copy of Judgment Dragon. I was running 2 copies, but space got really tight. More importantly, Judgment Dragon I feel is just that sacky board clear that you need to completely ruin your opponent's day. I don't think you need more than 1 in this build anyways. And then the 1 copy of Maxi. I've actually normal summoned this card from Mrs. Radiant. I've actually used Mrs. Radiant to grab it back too, so it's that good. That's it for monsters. For spells, you run 3 copies of Charge of the Light Brigade. This is what inspired me to play Lightsworns again. Having a reinforcement of the army that instantly gratifies you 3 cards from the top of your deck. Hell, your opponent can Ash Blossom this card. You still mill 3 cards, so it's not terribly bad. 3 copies of Solar Recharge, our draw engine. At pitching a Lightsworn, we get to draw 2 cards and then send 2 cards. Pfft, that's lit. 3 copies of Brilliant Fusion. This card was a lot more live when we had Daiguster Emerald. We don't have Daiguster Emerald, but we still need to play 3 so we can see it. 3 copies of Pot of Desires and a 60 card deck. The odds of you desires into 2 more desires. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that. That's just nasty. But the odds are low. Furthermore, you do need to see cards like Pot of Desires. 3 copies of Left Arm Offering. This card is used to get Grass is Greener. Sometimes you'll get other spell cards. And then the Grass is Greener. I mean, you run 60 cards. Your opponent's probably not running a 60 card deck. You're going to be milling off a crap ton of cards with this. 2 copies of Twin Twister. I opted this over Cosmic Cyclone is because there are back row heavy decks now with this meta being very unknown. And also there's Pendulum that gets pretty annoying. There's just quite a few problematic cards, and I don't think that Cosmic Cyclone is the safer bet for this deck. The fact that it allows you to discard dead cards or cards that need to be in the graveyard is pretty good as well. Raigeki's great, Foolish Burial's great, Reinforcement of the Army's great, Soul Charge is busted. All 4 of these cards are pretty necessary for Lightsworn. I want to say you could get away with not playing Soul Charge, but you're probably doing yourself a favor by playing it. That's it for the spells. For the traps, we run 3 copies of Lost Wind. This card is awesome. Okay, so when it's in the graveyard and the opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, you can set this card to your side of the field. But more importantly, it can target 1 special summon monster, its effect is negated, and its attack is half. It's essentially a little better than Breakthrough Skill, saying that it can set itself to the side of the field and target any special summon monster. So it's pretty good. So obviously we have the main deck at 60. For some reason I counted before and it was 61, but I was like, you tripping. If it is 61, cut out a card. You'll be all right. For the extra deck, we run 2 copies of Minerva, the Exalted Lightsworn. This card is awesome. It is the Lightsworn monster that we use inside of the extra deck that mills its cards. It's just awesome, really good. When it's summoned, or you detach 1, mill 3, then draw for every Lightsworn. And when she's destroyed, you mill 3 and then destroy for every Lightsworn. So really good. The Utopia package, because, I mean, Utopia. Next, we run Breaksword and Dante. Those are rank 3s that really, I mean, since we do run so many level 3 monsters, I felt that running them, you could drop the Breaksword, but I like Breaksword, it's instant spot removal. And you could drop the Dante, but Dante is 3 free cards. Sometimes you need that. The most important one is MX Saber Invoker. Very important for the combo. Really good card, too. Next, for Synchros, is 2 copies of Cypher and Lord Omega. Abuse those cards, banished with Pot of Desires. This card is awesome. And then, oh, it also allows you to shuffle cards like Judgment Dragon back into your deck to shuffle this back into your extra deck, so that's good. Michael is extremely good. It's another Lightsworn monster in its name, and at the cost of 1,000 life points, you can banish cards, so that's good. It also shuffles Lightsworn monsters and gains you life points. This is probably one of the only competitive decks that will gain you life points. And yes, I know I didn't say it, but I would put this deck at a teal rating. I think it's really competitive. Black Road Dragon for that complete board wipe. That is just an awesome card. Gem Knight, Seraph Knight, because if you're running Brilliant Fusion and not running this, I don't know what you're playing. Hopefully, probably just Gem Knights. And then we run our rank 3s, Proxy Dragon, B-Code, Balker, and Mrs. Radiant. Mrs. Radiant and B-Code, Balker being the more important cards, Proxy Dragon just being a really good overall exceed. That's it for the main board, and that's it for the extra deck. Now I get to show you guys the combo tutorial. Alright guys, I'm going to be telling you guys some combo tutorials as well as the interactions with this card, or with cards. The main card you want to talk about is Predaplant Orphis Scorpio. You're going to need that and an additional card in your hand to pitch. You're going to summon Predaplant Orphis Scorpio and use this effect to discard 1 card to special summon Darlington Cobra. Darlington Cobra is going to add Brilliant Fusion from your deck to your hand. You're not going to activate it just yet. With those 2, you're going to use it to Exceed Summon. That's right, I said it. You're going to use it to Exceed Summon. Is that fun? You're going to use it to Exceed Summon the MX Saber Invoker and then activate the effect of Invoker. I'm just going to move that out. I'm pretty sure it's out of the thing, but I'm going to move that out. 2 special summon Heroic Champion Thousand Blades. Next, you're going to use both the Thousand Blades and the Invoker to link summon the Mrs. Radiant. Then, now that you are ready for the way of the warrior, you will activate Brilliant Fusion. With Brilliant Fusion, you can send a myriad of cards. You can send Wolf, you can send Fairy Tale Snow. This time around, we're going to be sending the Trick Clown and the Garnet, because that's the most advantageous play. So there is Garnet, and there's the Trick Clown, and here is the Gem Knight Seraphonite. That is going to trigger the Trick Clown's effect. You're going to special summon the Trick Clown and take 1,000 damage. Since you've taken 1,000 damage, you can special summon Heroic Champion 1,000 Blades to your side of the field. All of that off of one card is pretty nutty. And seeing that you gain a second summon, you can summon a Lightsworn monster or anything else from that, and then just go completely off. Some other crazy interactions is Mathematician. I'm telling you, I said that this card was a one-man army. It really is. You can use it to send Trick Clown to your graveyard if you already have Heroic Champion 1,000 Blades, and that's a free rank 4 play. You can use it to send Felice to your graveyard, and that's a free Synchro 7 play, or just a destruction with Felice. You can use it to send cards like Fairy Tale Snow to your graveyard in a pinch when you need it. What's up? Wolf. Wolf? Oh yeah, you can use this in Wolf too. You can do so many great things with that. Sometimes I have a Judgment Dragon and only 3 Lightsworn monsters, so Math Man comes to send that card that I need. Another great interaction is a card that something I've already talked about is Fairy Tale Snow, including with the Giant Rex. You are going to need Fairy Tale Snow and Giant Rex in your graveyard. Yay! You're going to activate Fairy Tale Snow, banishing 6 cards plus the Giant Rex for 7, special summoning the Fairy Tale Snow. That's going to net you a Giant Rex for a free Exceed summon, or Link summon when that actually comes out. The next thing we're going to be talking about is this combo is just nasty. I really like this combo. You're going to need Lightsworn Shaman, a Lightsworn monster in the graveyard, we're going to say Felice, and a banished Lightsworn, we're going to say Felice. You're going to activate the effect of Lightsworn Shaman to banish the Felice to special summon the Felice. Then you're going to activate Felice's effect, tributing itself to mill 3 cards and destroy a monster. Lightsworn Shaman Lumina is going to activate and mill 3 additional cards. So you get to mill 6 cards and destroy 1 monster on... I can't run through the... No. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys have enjoyed the new stuff you've been seeing. I know y'all like it, bro. I know y'all like it. But it did come at a cost. So you guys can join that Patreon gang to help support your favorite Yu-Gi-Tuber. Or you can go to TCGPlayer or eBay to buy cards specifically for me. Don't buy from anybody else, buy from me. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. Oh, buy from me through Facebook too. Bye.